As everyone knows, Harry Potter is incredibly popular, and as most people know, the books got millions of kids reading when instead they'd rather be watching TV. So they were great things this past summer and for the past couple of years. But in this litigation-happy culture of ours, one thing absolutely had to happen, and it has. Apparently, some young people have typed out Harry Potter on their websites and stuff like that, and now they seem to be in danger of getting sued by Warner Brothers that owns the rights to Harry Potter. Joining us now, Heather Lawver. She has a fan website, The Daily Prophet, and on the phone from Scotland, Diane Nelson, Senior Vice President for Warner Brothers Family Entertainment. Heather, tell us your story. What happened to you? How did you hear from Warner Brothers, or how do you know about people hearing from Warner Brothers?
It all started back in December when I talked to my friend Lindsay, who owns besthogwarts.com, or rather did own, and she came to me in tears and told me that she had gotten this email from Warner Brothers telling her to hand over her domain name within 28 days or they'd put it into the hands of their lawyers.
Diane Nelson on the line from Scotland. I think everybody is quite sympathetic to copyright stuff and the expenditure that Warner Brothers puts into promoting movies, but how does it feel now to be working for a company that's getting blamed for making kids cry?
Yeah, no, it's obviously it's very upsetting. It is to me personally because I have the good fortune of spending 100% of my time working on this great brand of Harry Potter across all of our business units. And Warner Brothers is in the business of pleasing fans. I mean, we have absolutely zero motivation for intentionally harassing or bullying fans. So the thing that's been most upsetting to me is the misunderstanding of what's actually transpired here. And I think that what we need to understand is that these letters did, in fact, go out over the course of about a year. And as Heather mentioned, the letters had language to the effect of, we've noticed that you've registered a domain name using the Harry Potter copyrights and trademarks. We ask that you transfer those back to Warner Brothers. The vast majority of those letters, Mike, went out to people, registrants, who in fact were actually trying to exploit or even extort money from Warner Brothers in the name of Harry Potter. And we have an obligation on any of our properties to protect the copyrights and trademarks, but we take it all the more seriously on Harry Potter because we've made a commitment to the author, Jo Rowling, to protect her creative works, and we have fans to protect. This is a children's property, and we have to be very, very careful that we don't take for granted the people out there who do have ill intent towards using the names or the characters or the trademarks and copyrights. So the handful of fans that we have become aware of who did have pure intention of having a website that was expressing their love for the property and nothing more. A handful of those people contacted Warner Brothers, and we worked out with them a solution such that either they changed the domain name, or in some instances we even worked an arrangement where they can continue to use the domain name. We retain ownership of it so that we can ultimately ensure that it always stays true to the property.
Okay.
But we never ask them to shut down fan sites, and it's really important to understand that.
Heather, you're a very sophisticated and an intelligent 16-year-old. What do you think that Warner Brothers, you just heard Ms. Nelson explain their position, do you accept that position? What do you think Warner Brothers ought to do, if anything more? And you can certainly, third part to the question, you can certainly understand the abuses that do take place on the internet and kind of understand the corporate position, can't you?
Abuses are a fact of life when it comes to the internet, but if they would have stopped for 2 seconds and looked at the sites that they threatened, besthogwarts.com, Clairfield's site, harrypotterguide.co.uk, they would have seen very clearly that they were fan sites and not cyber squatters. It is very true that you get abusive sites where they use the Harry Potter name for pornography or just for the express use of profit, but if they would have looked before they shot in the dark, they would have realized that, and they've upset fans. And a simple "I'm sorry, we didn't mean it" just isn't going to cut it, because they have hurt these fans so much.
Yeah, well, what else do you want them to do, Heather? I mean, they said they're sorry. I mean, that's what life is all about. I'm sorry, we made a mistake. That's what Diane said. You're not willing to settle for that?
No, because they're still continuing with the Clairfield case.
Wow.
Clairfield is still battling lawyers in England, as far as we know and as far as she's aware.
Okay.
And so we want that case dropped.
I gotta interrupt you. I'm sorry. We'll be right back. Final thoughts after this.